Everybody, we're out here in front of the Canyon Club here in Agoura Hills, California. Tonight is the Metal Hall of Fame. You're on the Mike Nelson Show. We got some cool interviews today for you. Got a lot of cool artists hopefully coming through the red carpet. And, this is a legendary venue. Metallica did some shows here, a long time ago, 40 years ago, when they were just a little band. So it's going to be an awesome night. So make sure to stay tuned for some cool interviews right here on the Mike Nelson Show. Stay heavy, everybody. Everybody, you're on the Mike Nelson Show. We're at the Metal Hall of Fame. We're here with Bjorn. How you doing today, man?
Doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing good. You're part of the All-Star Jam today?
I'm not this time. I was last 2020. I did a thing with Steve Vai and Satriani and Jeff Tate. But yeah, a couple other guys. Pat on drums, that Isaldi, yeah.
And you were part of Dio Disciples a few years ago. How was that?
I'm still part of it. We changed names to Dio Returns, so we're doing incorporating Ronnie hologram and all that stuff, and it's great. We haven't done much lately, but we'll be back. Yeah.
And did you check out the new documentary Dreamers Never Die? Have you seen it?
I thought it was very well put together. Yeah, it was really, really good, and I really highly recommend anybody to see it. Yeah, really cool.
Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks. You're welcome. Yeah. And I want to tell everybody about my band Soul Sign, which has Rob Math on guitar. He's right behind us here. You can ask him about it too. And we got a record coming out. It's great. We got Mark Bowles on vocals and Mike Cancino on drums. So check it out. Thank you so much.
Hey everybody, you're on the Mike Nelson Show. I'm here with the legendary Rudy Sarzo. How you doing today, Rudy?
How you doing?
I'm doing really good. ¿Qué pasa? Yo estoy muy...
¿Todo bien aquí?
Aquí en Los Ángeles, aquí en el...
Los Ángeles.
Yes.
En el Canyon Club.
Agoura Hills, right?
Yeah, Agoura Hills, yeah.
So, tonight you're going to be part of the All-Star Jam. How you feel about that?
It's a jam, and we're rehearsed, so we're ready to go. Yeah, looking forward to it. My dear friend Doug Aldrich, we were bandmates in Dio, and he's getting inducted. And after his induction, we're going to play a few songs. It's going to be fun.
And speaking of Dio, did you see the new Dio Dreamers Never Die documentary?
I'm in it, and yes, I saw it.
What do you think of it?
I think it's wonderful. As many documentaries of Ronnie, there should be many of them.
And speaking of Ozzy Osbourne, you played on one of my favorite live albums of all time, Speak of the Devil. Thoughts on that?
Wow. I'm very proud of it. It was kind of like a time. Okay, since you asked me that question, let me tell you exactly how I feel about it. As I was getting ready to go and go to New York to record Speak of the Devil with Tommy Aldrich and Brad Gillis and Ozzy, I got a call from Kevin DuBrow inviting me to come down to play on a song called Thunderbird for a possible record. There was no record deal yet signed or anything, or the band was not officially named Quiet Riot. It was still DuBrow. So I went down, and once Randy died, I lost the joy of playing music. So I was just kind of like going through the motions, finishing the tour. So I go down to the studio, and there's Frankie Banali, my rhythm section partner since 1972. This is 10 years later, 1982. And we have been struggling for years to be, to go in the studio and to, be in a recording band situation. So, and then there was Kevin DuBrow, who I'd already played with him in Quiet Riot and the Randy Rhoads version of the band. And I lived with him up to until the day that I joined Ozzy. I was also in DuBrow, so I knew the song Thunderbird because we used to play that. So we recorded 2 takes, and then there was like all this time left in the session. So they asked me, "Do you remember Slick Black Cadillac?" And I go, "Yeah, let's do it a couple of times." So we recorded that. By the time we finished the session, I have done like 4 songs for what became Metal Health. Then a couple of days later, I left, went to New York. We did the pre-production for the live recording of Speak of the Devil. But in my mind, the fact that I was so happy playing with Frankie and Kevin again, that really kept lingering. So I recorded Speak of the Devil 2 nights at the Ritz. I went back to Los Angeles and made the toughest decision I have ever made in my career, which was to leave Ozzy, because they were wonderful with me, Ozzy and Sharon, which is fantastic. They treated me beautifully. And so I got the joy of playing back. So that's what me being in Quiet Riot is all about. Coming home and celebrating the legacy of Frankie Banali, Kevin DuBrow, Randy Rhoads, and the legacy of Quiet Riot.
I'm asking every guest tonight what their favorite Foreigner song is, you know, with Lou Gramm being inducted. What's your favorite Foreigner song of all time?
So many. I don't know, I got Dirty White Boy. I like that. It's raw.
Last question here. What's the legacy of Quiet Riot and in the big picture?
Legacy? Oh my God. I don't think we have enough time for me to explain it.
You can always come on the Mike Nelson Show. We can talk about it.
Yeah, but you know what? It all started with the musical integrity of Randy Rhoads, him being born into a family of music professors. The family has Musonia Musical Institute in North Hollywood. Randy was playing acoustic guitar, classical music, sight reading before he played electric, before he was in a band, in a rock band. So his musical integrity was deep at the core of who Randy was. And he led by example. So he brought that into the band, and it really had a huge impact on me. Then I got to play with Randy and Ozzy, and that was a whole different level of musical integrity. But I would say 2 things: tenacity, not to ever give up on getting the record deal and following your dreams. Kevin DuBrow was very responsible for that. And then you have Randy Rhoads' tenacity. And as far as the rhythm section, Frankie Banali was my mentor since 1972.
All right. Thanks a lot, Rudy. I really appreciate talking to you. Stay heavy, everybody. Hey, everybody. You're on the Mike Nelson Show. I'm here with Todd La Torre, current singer of Queensryche. How you doing today, Todd?
I'm well. How are you?
Well, we're here at the Metal Hall of Fame. What are you looking forward to most here tonight at the Hall of Fame?
I just got here, and I've got to see a lot of peers and friends and faces. It's been a little while since I've seen. But, the whole event and organization, I think, is great to honor and acknowledge a lot of artists that may not otherwise get this kind of recognition in this kind of a way. But I'm looking forward to the performances. I'm looking forward to the inductions that are very well deserved, and just to be part of something like this. I don't get out much. I don't live here in the LA area or in California, so to be a part of something like this is really cool. It's fun, and I think it's going to be a great night. Yeah.
Now, 2023 is going to be a big year for Queensryche. You guys are going to be touring. Tell me about that.
Sure. Yeah. So we have our first kind of official headline run for the new record called Digital Noise Alliance. Came out in October. And that we'll have Marty Friedman out with us. He'll be direct support. And we'll also have the band Trauma, who will be kicking off the show each night. And like I say, March 3rd to April 16th to support the new album. We just came off 2 really incredible tours with Judas Priest. So we've been back to work finally after, the shutdowns and everybody's gathering and doing this kind of thing. So this is kind of a celebration in and of itself to see everybody working again and having a good time and that sort of thing. So we'll actually be coming through Anaheim on the tour. So if you're, if you guys are in the area and you want to see a show, I think that's the closest one around here. So things are great, man. We're working, we're busy, and we're having a good time.
How was it like making the new album?
It was a lot of fun. It's tiring. There's so much that goes into it. But, we did it old school. We all got in a room. We didn't rehash old ideas or song ideas that didn't make other records. This was all fresh, new ideas. And we had a handful of songwriting sessions. And we had our producer and engineer, Zeus, come down. And we just started crafting in a room like when you start a band, Instead of emailing files, we did it like that way. and I think it really translated in the new material in a different way. But you know, it's a fun record. We had a lot of fun making it. We'll be playing a nice handful of songs from it on the upcoming tour. It's no complaints.
How do you think it's been, you know, filling in for Geoff Tate? You know, of course you replaced Geoff Tate. How do you think the reception's being by the fans? Just tell me your experience, you know, being the new singer for Queensryche.
Sure. Well, I've been in for over a decade. I can understand such a question to kind of replace someone. I kind of already went through this when I was in the band Crimson Glory. Unfortunately, that singer had passed, but I kind of consider that my grooming period. I really don't pay much attention to the criticism. I'm my own worst critic. But, you know, I think overwhelmingly the majority of the base and supporters of the band appreciate what we're doing. The songs are fresh. We still acknowledge and respect the catalog. We play deep cuts, we play hits, we play new stuff. So after 10 years, I know people will still say the new guy, but I guess in 20 years they'll probably still say the new guy. But I feel like where I belong, and 4 albums in, it's been seamless and a lot of fun. You know, if we weren't having fun, we wouldn't be doing it. So it's really about the personal dynamic that we have as people off the stage that makes the creative process just flow and be fun. And that's kind of what it's really all about anyway, is having fun. And so again, no complaints. I think people are really enjoying it. I don't think people need to pick sides. I mean, Geoff Tate's a phenomenal singer. He was a huge inspiration to not only myself, but so many people. He's got his music, whatever he's doing. We're doing what we're doing. It's just music. And I don't see any need for people to pick sides. Just, you know, I like Coke instead of Pepsi. I don't rag on Pepsi, I just like Coke. But, you know, there's a lot of music, and I think people should be thankful that a band that's been around for over 40 years is still out there playing, because as we too often see, so many of bands that we grew up with are either passing away or they're retiring. I say go see it while you can, because you don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. And we've got a full calendar of touring, and you know, go see it while you can.
Last question here. You know, with Lou Gramm being inducted in the Metal Hall of Fame, what's your favorite Foreigner song?
Oh my gosh, there's so many good ones. Oh, shit. What's the ballad that I love so? That one. Yeah. I mean, his voice is just so powerful.
It's Waiting for a Girl Like You on the record.
Okay, well, he said it. I mean, there's so many songs, and you know, this guy's the real deal. You know, I got to meet him. Actually, the band got to meet him. We went to a private party at this guy's house, and Cheap Trick was performing, and Lou Gramm was performing, and he was very gracious and kind and respectful. It was an honor to meet him. I'm honored to see him tonight, and for the induction. Foreigner is just an amazing band, and he's an OG, man, and he still is one of the greatest singers that rock has ever had.
All right, thanks a lot, Todd. Appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
All right.
Stay heavy, everybody.
All right.
Hey, everybody, you're on the Mike Nelson Show. I'm here with Doug Pinnick, legendary bassist. How you doing today, Doug?
How you doing? I'm doing good.
I'm doing good. We're here at the Metal Hall of Fame here in Agoura Hills, California. You know, what made you pick up the bass guitar, Doug?
What made me pick it up? I was obsessed with it. I just loved the way it sounded, and I just wanted to make that sound. I just like low end.
And here at the Hall of Fame, who are you looking forward to seeing tonight?
You know, I don't even know who's here. I was just told all my friends are going to be here and come see them. So I haven't even been in there yet. But I'm sure we're going to have a good time.
What's the legacy of King's X?
Legacy? What's a legacy?
Well, you know, for us young people, what should we think about King's X? You know, we see the name, we hear the music, but what should we think about?
And that stayed together almost longer than any other band in history. We are the same band for 42 years. Getting a band like that, stay together, and after about 30 or 40 years of playing together, you start making good music.
Any advice for young musicians out there?
Just play, anywhere, anytime. Do it because you love it.
Last question here. You know, Lou Graham's getting inducted into the Metal Hall of Fame tonight. What's your favorite Foreigner song?
Cold as Ice. I remember hearing that record when it came out. I put that record on, and his voice, oh my God, I wanted that voice. I mean, literally, it was, there's a bit of him in me when I sing. There's just certain influences that he gave me when I listened to him sing. Probably one of the greatest singers around.
Thanks a lot, Doug. Appreciate it. Stay heavy, everybody. Hey everybody, you're on the Mike Nelson Show. I'm here at the Metal Hall of Fame. I'm here with Keith St. John. How you doing today, Keith?
I'm great, man. Ready to rock. How about you?
I'm doing good. It's my first ever red carpet, so it's pretty awesome, man.
Oh, nice, buddy.
All right, so
far for you?
It's been good. I already interviewed Rudy Sarzo, so I already interviewed a legend.
Yeah, he's part of our band tonight too. So I can't wait to play with these guys. It's been a minute.
And you know, tonight you have a cool jam. What are you guys gonna be playing tonight?
Well, we have songs from the other each guy's band. You know, Rudy played with Ozzy Osbourne a bit, so we got some Ozzy. And both Doug and Rudy played with Dio and Whitesnake, both of them for several years at different times. So we've got a couple of those songs. And I have to get my Montrose song in. And then some other surprises.
You gonna play Rock Candy?
We're going to do some Montrose, but we're not doing Rock Candy because everyone thinks we're going to do Rock Candy.
All right, so I'm asking everybody that's coming through here, what's your favorite Foreigner song, you know, with Lou Graham being inducted? What's your favorite Foreigner song of all time?
There's so many great Foreigner songs, but whenever I sit down at a piano and sing it, I've got to play Blue Morning. Blue Morning, Blue Day. You know the song?
Of course I do.
Yeah. Da-na-na, da-na-na-na-na-na. And then it's got all those badass weird chords in there that only Mick Jones could put together. In Raiding the Rock Vault, which I've been in now for a while in Vegas, we used to do Jukebox Hero every night, and now we do Hot Blooded, so I'm very up on my Foreigner. And Lou he's an honor to be able to hang with. So,
all right, thanks a lot, Keith. Appreciate it.
Have a great day, brother.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Everybody, you're on the Mike Nelson Show. I'm here with Chris Impellitteri. How you doing today, Chris?
I'm doing well, Mike. Thanks for having me.
We're here at the Metal Hall of Fame in Agoura Hills, California. Of course, Chris is one of the inductees tonight. How did that all come about? When did you find out you were going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame?
I think they told me probably like 3 or 4 months ago. I was blown away. I mean, you know, the one thing that's really cool about this, Impellitteri, I know we definitely have a cult following around the world, and we've been fortunate in countries like Japan, Korea, certain places in continental Europe where we've sold a ton of records. And what this kind of reminds me of, or kind of brings to my attention, is it's really cool to see something like the Metal Hall of Fame embrace our band into this, because really we're an international band, right? Much bigger overseas than we are here. And it kind of makes me realize, wow, global, our metal is not domestic, it is global, right? It's massive all over the world. So it makes me feel really good for all our fans in Japan and Korea and Spain and Switzerland and all that, you know? So it's awesome.
Now, how did you develop your guitar playing style?
Just listening to other guitar players, Van Halen, Al Di Meola, you know, Uli Roth, Yngwie, you know, Vai, just listening to everybody, just trying to copy and find my own sound, which it took a while for me to find my own identity.
What's the greatest guitar solo of all time?
Probably Eruption. I just think because they just got it right. It just worked. You know, it's not overly technical, but there's something about it that's very musical. That's a great solo, but of course when you do that to me, then I have to think, well, what about Bohemian Rhapsody? The melody. And then let's talk about Jeff Beck. We could go on with, you know, the stuff he created. So there's a million great solos.
Now, with Lou Graham being inducted tonight into the Hall of Fame, what's your favorite Foreigner song? I'm asking all the guests coming through here. What's your favorite Foreigner song of all time?
Oh, our singer, Rob Rock, Lou Graham is one of his favorite all-time singers. Double Vision, Head Games, Feels Like the First Time, Cold as Ice. I could go on and on. Lou is a legend, you know? I mean, what do you say, you know?
All right, thanks a lot, Chris. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate your help.
Stay heavy, everybody. Hey everybody, you're on the Mike Nelson Show. I'm here with the legendary Mike Portnoy. How you doing today, Mike?
Good. Happy to be here.
Of course, you're out here in LA. You're a New York guy. How's it like being in LA?
I love it out here. I'm here all the time, actually. Richie Kotzen lives like 5 minutes from here, so any work I do with the Winery Dogs is right here.
Now, you've had an amazing career. What would be some of the highlights of your career that you could say, maybe a record or a song you could say that represents my whole career?
I can't do that, not a record or a song, because I've done so many. But playing with Twisted has been a career highlight for me. I mean, I grew up as a fan of them, and to spend their last 2 years touring with them and playing these massive festivals with them was absolutely a highlight.
Now, tonight here at the Hall of Fame ceremony, what are you looking forward to most?
Playing with Twisted, of course.
Playing with Twisted is going to be an awesome, maybe a legendary moment that, you'll probably never forget, right?
Well, it's been 6 years since we played together, so I'm looking forward to it.
Now, with, the recent passing of Neil Peart, would you ever see yourself playing with Geddy and Alex?
Well, I mean, of course, it would be the honor of all honors, but that's, I don't know what their plans are. I can't imagine anybody else playing with those guys as Rush, but it's nice to see him doing guest, things with like Primus and the Taylor Hawkins tribute shows. So, yeah, it's great to see them playing together again.
All right, and with Lou Gramm being inducted tonight into the Hall of Fame, I'm asking everybody what their favorite Foreigner song is. What's your favorite Foreigner song of all time?
I love Long, Long Way From Home, actually. It's a song I've always wanted to cover, so hopefully one of these days I'll get to.
All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Cool. Thank you.
I got to come say hello to you. It's good working with you.
Good to see you.
Thank you. One question here. Go. You're not quick enough. Oh, I'm sorry.
Everybody, we're here with Dee Snider, Twisted Sister legend. How you feeling tonight? You're being inducted to the Hall of Fame. Any thoughts?
It's great. The Heavy Metal Hall of Fame is much needed, and it's great that for the last 5 years this organization has recognized some of the great bands, and I hope they continue on. We need a museum. We need the world to know that heavy metal is one of the most important forms of music. I mean, think about it. Every great guitarist in history has come out of a metal band. Jimmy Page, Jimi Hendrix, Eddie Van Halen, whether it's hard rock or metal, the greatest guitar players, the greatest musicians ever have been metal musicians. So it's time for the world to know that.
Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. Stay heavy, everybody.
Hey, we love you, Dee. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that.
Hey everybody, I'm at the Metal Hall of Fame. I got a chance to interview a bunch of legendary artists such as Dee Snider, Mike Portnoy, among others. Make sure to check it out. It's on the Mike Nelson Show on YouTube. Going to play a bit of it on the radio as well, but make sure to check it out on the YouTube channel, Mike Nelson Show. Stay heavy, everybody.